Shout out to my replay viewers. I know most people are going to watch this as a replay. And the same on YouTube. Most folks will watch this as a replay. Greetings. Naima Singletary here. I am a mentor, and my company serves Black men and women who have always been different, who are looking to come into their full power so they can do whatever the thing is that they know is for them to do, whether it's heal, serve, help folks transform their lives, whether it's to bring forth a vegan clothing line. Shout out to you if you're watching. Some other business, some other venture, something else that's of clear to you that is for you to do. And you know that in order for you to do that in the way that only you can do, and to be the success that you may or may not have envisioned in great detail, there's a power that's required to be cultivated in you. So, relax. I have decided to relax here in a particular way because, I've been doing my work behind the scenes to prepare myself to be here today, just as I always am. And relax, honey. So today is about 10 problems with Black folks who have always been different in the transformation space, um, and solutions. I have solutions here today. So it's going to be, I'm talking about the problems for us in the transformation industry. What has been the problem for those of you who either have or have wanted to have some kind of transformation business? Whether you are a very specific healer, medicine woman, whether you are a business coach, um, some other kind of spiritual service provider, and you have wanted to not even just make money online, but really make a grand difference. Okay. And so, although I'll be talking through the lens because it's my background. I've been in the industry for 11 years because I'll be talking through the lens of what it's like to be a giant person working in the transformation space. Uh, this applies to all Black folks who have always been different. That is key. Black folks who have always been different, even outside of the transformation space. Like I said, whether you're starting a luxury vegan clothing line, whatever the business is, this is specifically talking to the problems with folks who have always been different and what the problem is, right? Like, let me get into it. Let me just go because there's a lot going on. I have another screen that's open where the 10 are listed, the 10 problems. Then I have some books in my lap along with my notepad to recommend. So that's why I say relax. It's a lot of moving parts. And yeah, I'm devoted in a whole new way. It's been a long time coming. If you just now seeing my face for the first time, maybe I seem like a small thing. Maybe I seem like who knows what you see. Um, but it's there's a lot of work to do over the years, and I'm just so eager. I'm so eager. I'm so excited. I know what the problem is, and I know what the solutions are, and I've been endowed to bring forth the message and the energy, the frequency, to bring forth the people who also help me because I will be requiring lots of help, strong, powerful help. So, the 10 problems. Let me say the title for the record. Where is it? The 10 problems with Black people who have always been different in the transformation space and the solutions. So let me just get into it. Actually, right before I get into it, even with those of you, everybody's going to watch this as a replay. Questions that you have, comments that you have, leave them here. I will come back and look at them. Okay. So that's that. Now, what's the first problem with Black people who have always been different? Keep in mind, this is who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to all Black people. I'm not talking to average spiritual Black people. And you got to know who you are to be able to even get in on this conversation deep. Okay. So just know I'm working from there. I'm not even getting into these conversations with folks who don't even fit that they've always been different. Okay. So if you are a Black person who has always been different, That's who these problems are catering to. And that's who these solutions are catering to. Okay. Number one, the problem is we don't see, or we minimally see, Black men and Black women who have always been different, who are embodying God energy publicly, and us clapping loudly for them and investing heavily in them. Investing in you investing in yourself, whether you're hiring them to work with them, whether you are buying one of their products, whether you are um, uh, uh, there's so many different ways you can, be on their team. You see they need help, or maybe they put out an ad for they're hiring someone. You can refer somebody to their ad for them to hire to help grow the mission. There's so many ways that you can clap for, okay? But first, the embodiment of God energy. So I did a live stream on Monday, and I talked about what average Black spiritual people just, miss, and even those in the Black consciousness community who think that they're, to them, they're just, and they do have wisdom. This is not to be like they're not wise, but the point is, we all desire to manifest large things. Listen, those of us who are giant deep down, I'm not talking about this Instagram key shit and want to look good and get validation on. I mean, motherfuckers who, when the lights is off, you a motherfucking giant. Whether you broke, no matter where you live, no matter your religion, where you come from, whatever, deep down, you know that you're giant. You know that you're playing small. Those people desire to create large things. In order to create large things, an embodiment of God energy is required. Period. Yes, there will be work that needs to be done around this. This is not for me to motivate you and inspire you, by the way. One of the solutions, well, there's a few here I have here today. Hold on, my Facebook is trying to reconnect. Okay, Facebook is back. Hey, Facebook. The resources and the solutions that I'm giving you today are to help you begin to embody God energy. We don't see it out here. We see normal ass Black people talking normal ass spiritual shit, a bunch of YouTube videos all over the place. It's a new day. Yeah, listen, I ain't even started. I'm telling you, I quit in 2017 because I needed to really embody this power at the for real level. Not all of this loud talking niggas on the internet, not all of this broken people talking loud, looking. It's a new day. True, pure embodiment of God energy, which is knowing, which is a unification. Hold on, Facebook. Come on, Facebook. There we go. Pure, which is unification of all your parts, unification of your opposites, deep work into the unconscious so you stop living out broken, redundant patterns. The solution to the embodiment of God energy, that's one of the solutions I'm giving you today. Stay to the end, okay? Because I will be sharing 2 books throughout this, but the chief solution is coming toward the end of this live stream. The second problem with Black people who have always been different, not all Black people, specifically since birth. A woman DM'd me last week and said, "How long have you had your powers?" See, she's one of those normal, average Black people, as if somehow you miraculously go study and read and now you have powers. I'm talking to Black people who have been different at birth. Since birth, you have been different. You ain't went and gotten into the spiritual community and now you working with crystals and reading the tarot, and you went to Haiti for a few weeks and the Orishas danced with you and now you're this enlightened being. I'm talking to Black folks who've been different since birth. Your parents was telling you at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old that it was going to be hard for you down here because of who you are. That's the distinction. So go argue with your spiritual teacher if you got a problem with it. Okay? So number 2 is, for those of us who have purchased coaching programs and group programs and mentorship from either normal Black people or white people, or let's just say non-Black people. So whether you purchased a coaching program, a mentorship program, a course, or whatever from either a normal Black person, like somebody who went and studied Reiki, now they want to come teach you as a spiritual teacher, okay? Or from a non-Black person, the problem is they literally cannot see you. Okay. They'll see fractions of you, but they cannot see you. If you cannot see the person that you are there to serve, you cannot serve them at the deepest levels that they require. The solution that I'm providing at the end of this live stream is the answers to that problem. The third problem with Black people who have always been different in the transformation space and in the entrepreneurial space is we are pitifully unaware of the dire need for centering unconscious work as a means to creating big change externally. Let me repeat. We are pitifully unaware of the dire need for centering unconscious work as a means to creating big change externally. In order to create big change externally, meaning you are unrecognizable to yourself a year from now because of the work that you have done, meaning you are unrecognizable to yourself a year from now, meaning you can go from whatever is your reality now, I don't care how wonderful it looks to everybody else, but you're miserable on the inside, or no matter how broke you are and you feel like riches ain't for you. You are required, you will need to do deep unconscious work to be able to go from whatever is your reality today to creating a drastically different reality where you are unrecognizable to yourself a year from now. I told you guys, a woman I was working with last year, she said to me, Naomi, you seem like you come from money. You seem like you always had it. You speak poetically. You just seem like you always had it. I was raised in the ghetto in San Francisco by a single mother who had two other kids and took on her sister, my aunt's two kids, because my aunt was on crack. My mother was raising 5 kids by herself in the hood. We moved out of the city when I was 18. The reason why I can show up online like this and command the world stage, the reason why I was able to cross 7 figures for the first time in 2017, the reason why I can mentor and serve folks all over the world. And by the way, most of the money that I made before I quit was from non-Black people. Okay. The reason why I have been able to do this is because of this deep unconscious work. The consciousness community is full of Black people who think that they can green juice and wear their natural hair and go shrine and burn their incense and howl at the moon and pull their tarot and all of these wonderful spiritual things that's for average spiritual people. When you come into full power, the power is in here. It's in your pussy. It's in your mind, it's in your heart, and it's in your soul. You become incontra-fucking-vertible. See, and the reason why I quit in 2017, I'm getting ready to move on to number 4. The reason why I quit in 2017, to go on this voyage of really uncovering what it's going to take for Black ass people to come into the power that we are, because I was sick of it. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why do we remain so upset about what is, like complaining about the Black consciousness community, complaining about Black people, complaining about the reality of the world, complaining, mad about this, isolating, projecting onto people, mad. But what you doing? What you doing? See, and the reason why you not doing what you're supposed to do is because you scared. See, because you the first. See, it's scary to be the first. That's why I said in the post that I put up this morning, This is the season of being the first. See, you are the first. It's scary to be the first. You guys heard that analogy about what is some kind of animals? They're land animals, and they have to cross through water to get to. Maybe somebody can fill in the blank for me on this, but it's like a pack of animals, and they're land animals, but they have to cross through water to get to the other side. And but there are like sharks or some crocodiles or something in the water, and they know that one of them has to go first in order for the rest to go, and they know that the first one who go is going to get attacked and possibly killed. But that's the agreement, that one goes first. Okay, hey Flora, one goes first so the rest can go. Now I'm not saying, in a way I am, listen, devotion, baby, devotion, honey. Girl, this is why I'm staying on the motherfucking pulse of those of us who have always been different. Okay? Because if you ain't always been different, you can't feel me at the deepest levels. You just can't. You can like me, you can clap for me, but you just can't get it, and that's okay. I have completely accepted that. You are going to be displeased with yourself for the rest of your life until you come out and be the fucking giant that you are. And I know that for a fact. You're going to have all the material things. You're going to have the husband. You're going to have all the shits that average people stunt and be cool with, bitch. They be pleased as fuck with it. Pleased. That's enough for them. They stunting and that's it. That's dear life for them. Dear life. Bitch, you will let all of that shit go to really do what the fuck you came here for. I mean, really do what the fuck you came here for. See, you scared. See, and I get it. See, I was scared too in 20 motherfucking 17. What I'm telling you, girl, listen. I want to give thanks right the fuck now. I've been held so much. But you know why I've been held? Because I risk. Because I put my life on the line. Because I face danger over and over and over again. Because I persevere over and over and over again. You don't get to where I get looking at motherfuckers on Instagram looking for your answers outside of yourself. You don't get here taking the easy route. You're not going to get to where you need to go taking the easy route. You need to play with motherfuckers who's going all the fucking way. You need to be trusting yourself on a whole new level. You need to be willing to risk it all. You need to be able to make all the mistakes. You need to be willing to be completely embarrassed. You need to be willing to be in the complete dark and find your motherfucking way. Period. You only in communication with the spirits that's in communication with that you with because of the current frequency level that you at. Let me move on. Number 4 of the 4 problems with Black people who have always been different in the transformation space and beyond is you allow increased pain and dissatisfaction to be the norm in your life. You hella tolerate, and there's degrees of pain. You know the pain I'm talking about. You allow yourself to not have the conditions that you need to come out into the world powerfully. You allow yourself to feel the frustration of being alone and not having the support. You allow yourself to feel the pain of not touching the core of who you are and coming out, connecting with people, all the things that come from you being in isolation, disconnected, afraid, blaming, projecting, waiting, all the pain that happens as a result of that, that's one of your problems. You keep allowing that. Number 5, you keep allowing lack of healthy, nurturing, nourishing relationships that fuel and propel you. This brings the first resource that I want to share with you right now, this book. Screenshot it, screenshot it, screenshot it. Screenshot it, screenshot it. Into the Heart of the Feminine. So, a lot of us, and I know this from personal experience as well, we were not raised by parents who were in power, particularly mothers who were in power. A lot of us were bullied because we've always been the different one. We just didn't fit. as children. We didn't fit with other kids, and we learned very early on to put on characters, to to morph ourselves so that we get along with people, etc. Right? And so that means in that we never actually developed healthy relationships with people because it wasn't us in the relationship with the person, it was our character in relationship with the other person. So now here we are, 30, 40, 50 years old, and we don't know how to be a nurturing, we don't know how to be nourishing for somebody else in a deep way. Some of us, because we're codependent, we know how to give until we're burnt out. We know how to give until we're resentful. We know how to give because women are so conditioned to give, but we don't know how to be in mutually beneficial, nourishing relationships with other powerful people, truly powerful people who have always been different. And we continue to allow the lack of that, which means you can never do what you came here to do, because in order to do that, it's going to take two or more of the right people. Not just two or more people, two or more of the right people. So that's the fifth problem. One, two, three, four, five. That's five, actually. One, two, three, four, five. That's five. So number six, you are scared and you have a mistrust of blackness. Scared and a mistrust of blackness. So this starts with you. This is not about blackness out there. It's about the blackness in you. And when I say blackness, I mean what you have internalized by being a melanin being living on planet Earth. What you have internalized about what blackness means. What you have internalized about darkness, okay? And how your internalization of people seeing people like us as unqualified, untrustworthy, dirty, liars, thieves, uneducated, fill in the blank, whatever yours is that's inside of you right now, gets in the way of you being able to come out onto the world stage because you think people are going to see you the way you quietly see yourself. That prohibits you from commanding the money. That prohibits you from commanding the boundaries, even erecting a boundary that you don't need to be erected, because you still have something inside of you that feels unqualified. You can't handle it. Who do you think you are? You're a woman. You are uneducated. Whatever. You're from this. You're okay. That's number six. Number seven, addiction to doing everything alone. Okay. Now, this also stems from the fact that a lot of us have lived loner lives. We have lived loner lives, and we have done a lot of things by ourselves. And part of the work, which is why the resource that I'm bringing forth here, and why I have been on this voyage, and why shit is about to change. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah. Why the resources, the solution that I'm going to be providing at the end of today is available, is because there's a normal that we've created to keep ourselves going, but it's been a constriction because it's not feeding us and helping us to be who we actually are. So more of that to come. Number eight, heavy lurking and inaction energy. Heavy lurking, like we have made it so okay. I saw one of my clips went up. I don't know when it was, the other day. You know, hey Flora, um, it said something about we just seem to think that we have all this time. You could be in the last year of your life and you don't even know it. We just have so much faith that you have so much faith that you're gonna be here next year, next month. You have so much faith, but you don't have faith in what you can create with your last month, last year, last 3 years on earth. So that's number seven, heavy lurking and inaction. Number nine, you let fear be a good enough reason to not move on the thing in your heart and the thing that you know you're absolutely here for. Last Thursday and Friday, I talked to dozens of Black women who have always been different on the phone. It was wonderful. It was just so good. It was nourishing. It was inspiring. It was informative. It was connection. It was so, so good. I talked to women in Green Bay. I was like, oh my God, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Las Vegas, Florida, Atlanta, Houston, New York, DC, some other town in Michigan, Chicago, Sacramento, actually. I talked to a woman who's here in Sacramento, Los Angeles. Um, Last Thursday and Friday, I spent hours on the phone with Black women who have always been different. They are email subscribers who put their phone number in when they subscribe to my email database. And I decided to call folks. And one of the fears that came up, which I have heard, this, she's not the first person to say this. I have felt this fear. It's a fear of dying knowing that you didn't do the thing that you are made for, knowing that you didn't come and bring the gold that is you to your people, whether it's in the form of your luxury clothing line, whether it's in the form of your transformation business, whether it's in the form of you telling your story in a structured way and calling in people who you can help heal, whatever the thing is, the just fear of dying, living this whole life with this gold living dormant in you. So that's number 9, letting fear be good. Oh, because I just fear, I'm scared, fear. You don't want to hear what I got to say about that. And 10, last but not least, before actually, I'll share now. So later today, by 4:30 today, that I know for sure, by 4:30 today, it's going to be released here to the public. So it'll be posted here on everywhere, wherever you're seeing this video, because I'm currently live on YouTube and Facebook. It's also going to be put on Instagram and on LinkedIn. Okay. I'm leading a free 10-day workshop, a free 10-day workshop called God Power Visibility. God Power Visibility. The details are going to be released on all the platforms that I just mentioned by 4:30 today, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. It will be released for you to sign up. It's a free 10-day workshop. It's starting in March. So it's starting sometime next month. But there's just so much work to do to prepare for it. There's so much education. There's so much education to be had. There's so much for you to really get in you. And even not even just get in you, but wake up in you, because a lot of this is already in you. So that is the official solution right there. When I said the problem, then the solution, the 10-day workshop is the solution on top of this book. Okay. I want to say more about this book. Yes. And then I'll go into the 10th problem. I'll close out today with the 10th problem. Our parents are the first people that we have relationships with in life. They're the first human beings that we interact with. They're the first human beings who we learn what is does love feel like? What does safety feel like? What does bonding feel like? What who am I to be in the world? What does it look like to be? So for those of us who watched a mother or a father with their own unresolved problems, with their own pain, and especially those of us who were not loved for who we are as children. Those of us whose moms directly or indirectly told us not to be who we are. Okay. Those of us whose moms demonstrated jealousy, as we started to mature in our bodies and as we started to come into our own opinions and thoughts and way of being in the world. Those of us who watched our mother stay in abusive relationships. Those of us who watched our mother keep saying, I'm not living my dreams because of the kids. I'm not, you saw your mother as bigger. She knew she was bigger, but she never actually lived her bigness and she kept blaming you as the reason why. Well, I can't because I have kids. Parents think that they're being righteous and noble by abandoning their soul's calling and putting that on the kids, not knowing they're psychically burdening their kids. You're teaching your daughter, yes, abandon your soul. You're teaching your son, yes, abandon your soul and put it on your kids. You're not saying that to them directly, you're showing it to them. Kids watch what you do, not what you say. Okay. And kids are smart and highly intuitive. So if you watched your mom play small, if you watched your mom struggle pay all the bills, if you watched your mom cower to men, if you watched your mom abandon herself, neglect herself, or if your mom was a separate mom, maybe you were your mom, you were in an affluent family, so your mom wasn't around, a nanny or somebody else was around, or you were always with your aunt or somebody else and she wasn't around, and the relationship that you got was that you weren't important enough. The message you got was that you weren't important enough. This is a variety of examples I just gave of how the death mother archetype shows up inside of you, and how that aggressively gets in the way of you being able to even reach out to me, aggressively gets in the way of you being able to sign up for something like this. If you're not on purpose about it, aggressively gets in the way of you being able to be in healthy relationships with other women, other men, prohibits you from being in a healthy relationship with yourself. So this book right here is one hell of a book to help deal with the death mother archetype. That's what this book talks about, the death mother archetype, and how our relationship with our mother and the quality of that relationship heavily, 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 heavily gets in the way of us shining bright in our bodies as powerful God beings who go from talking about putting a bunch of quotes up about power and spirituality and God and goddess and light and all of that to creating whole new realities around here. Okay, so go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that. We got work to do. We got work to do. Devotion for the rest of your life. Devotion for the rest of your gorgeous life. Devotion. What else you gonna do? Play small for the rest of your life? Girl, you better take that somewhere else. Number 10 of the 10 problems for Black folks who have always been different in the transformation space, in the entrepreneurial space, and beyond, is not respecting your value, your gold, and uniqueness, because you've always been different, and committing to getting the high level support to bring that value and uniqueness to the marketplace powerfully through social media posting and live streaming your authentic self. Let me repeat. Number 10 of the problems for Black folks who've always been different is not respecting your value. You don't respect it. You just squander. You just sit around too much. You scared. That's not respecting it. Not respecting your value and uniqueness and committing to getting the high level support to bring that gold and uniqueness to the marketplace powerfully through social media posting and live streaming your authentic self so you can do whatever it is you want to do. You want to sell your products, your services. One Black woman I talked to last week on the phone, shout out to you, who's always been different. She is starting a luxury clothing line, and she say, I want to confidently be able to put a $1,200 price tag on my sweater. That's what she said to me. I want to confidently put a $1,200 price tag on my sweater. It's a lot of dreams out here, y'all. It's a lot of goals out here. You need to be in relationship with Black folks who have always been different. Not these Bible thumping folks who want to slap Jesus in your face left and motherfucking right. And they Bible told them that they are gods and they are to do greater things. If you a God, why is you living like that? Why is you talking, blaming, scared? Your Bible vehemently talks to you about the sin of living in fear. Huh? Your Bible, Jesus, you supposed to be able to do greater than Jesus. You so busy being even afraid, you can't even tap into the frequency that allows you to turn water into wine. You take your scared ass down to the fucking dungeon and figure it out. Yeah. The world ain't, come on. The world ain't, come on. Oh, girl, I got a whole new, bitch, I ain't even worked the way I'm about to be working. I'm about to have a team I ain't never had. Listen, they already here. It's already done. Y'all need to get, if you currently are worried about a curse, if you worried about negative energy being sent your way, if you worried about hexes, if you worried about the evil eye, all of that shit. I already know what y'all already know. I already know. I didn't talk to enough of y'all. Listen, I have been researching for 5 fucking years. This shit is on purpose. This ain't no accident. I have been researching you folks on the phone with y'all. I've been in y'all DMs. I've been sitting having meals with y'all. I've been having conversations. I've been on Zoom with y'all for 5 years. The first time I put something out to a blog, it was called Power for Melanin Messengers or something like that. And I think that was in 2019. It was Power something for Melanin Messengers. I don't remember exactly, but I know it was Melanin Messenger. That was the first time I started actively talking to y'all in 2019 and really having these conversations, doing shit behind the scenes, in the dark, tinkering, asking questions, being in conversation with the dark, talking to the unseen world, asking questions, going into the danger zone, doing uncomfortable shit, ain't having no money going down because I'm spending it to do this and this and that and that and that and that, not seeing no financial return on investment, but I need to know what the fuck is going on. What is it gonna take? What the fuck is gonna take? And what I'm telling you, motherfucker, listen, the God power, it is not of this world. It is not of this world. You're gonna have to break the fuck down everything you think you are and everything you think you know. You're gonna have to be a child again and open yourself up to the vastness of what is. Because the power that you are to house, don't listen, center it. The power that you have is beyond any hex, is beyond any curse, is beyond any evil eye. If those words are even coming out of your mouth as something that could potentially be sent against you, you are out of fucking order, out of fucking power, out of fucking line. I already know. I did the research. I know. I know it like I know it like I know it. The fine print is, a contract got all that fine print. The fine print is you got to give your life to get your. You gonna give your life? Is you gonna leave that man who you know you ain't gonna come into power with if you stay married to him? You gonna do that? Then yeah, you can be cursed. Yes, you can be hexed. Yes, they can send that evil away and shut your shit the fuck down. Because you ain't gave your life. You trying to hold on to something that's blocking you from getting to what is in you, dormant. Go talk to your God. You got questions? You ain't got to talk to me. Go talk to your God. Go talk to your God, sweetheart. Yeah, see? Your God gonna give you the answers that you can handle. What I'm telling you is, we got power to do things this world ain't never seen. And I mean that literally. That's the game I'm looking to play. So listen, let's go. You need to come back here. The 10-day free workshop. The workshop is called God Power Visibility. God Power Visibility. God Power Visibility. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. I'm so grateful. Hey! Purity. I'm going to close out today's live stream with this. One, the resource registration page will be uploaded and available for you to come register up on social media by 4:30 p.m. today. Okay? 4:30 p.m. Pacific. So that's the solution. That is the solution to the 10 powers, 10 problems. Hey, 10 problems for Black folks who have always been different. And what's the solution for us to come into our God power? That solution will be up here by 4:30 today. And now I would like to close with purity that's required. Okay. The purity that's required. The power that's in you to get to it, there's counterintuitive approaches that will be required of you. Counterintuitive approaches. What do I mean? For example, I just said in order to get your life, you got to give your life. That's counterintuitive. See, we think death is a bad thing. No, you die. You die for life. That's counterintuitive. That's an example of that. The great work that we'll be doing will be purification of your heart and unification of your opposites. That is the dominant work that we do. Purification of your heart, unification of your opposites. Purification of your heart, unification of your opposites. I repeat, purification of your heart, unification of your opposites. I repeat, purification of your heart, unification of your opposites. Say it out loud with me. Purification of your heart, say my heart. Purification of my heart, unification of my opposites. Purification of my hearts, unification of my opposites. Say it out loud with me. Come on. Purification of my heart, unification of my opposites. Purification of my heart, unification of my opposites. Purification of my heart, unification of my opposites. One more time. Purification of my heart, unification of my opposites. That is the primary work that we will do inside of the 10-day workshop. Again, the link will be up here by 4:30 today. To shine brightly, to be like Neo at the end of Matrix 1. Okay. Where I'm assuming you saw Matrix 1, where he was scared. He just kept being scared through the whole movie. He was fighting with Morpheus, and he kept getting beat up when they were doing the karate. And he was like, he kept, trying to do, and he was scared. And then he was like, come on and hit me. Because he being doubtful when they were fighting. And he kept scared, right? And then he was like, finally, Morpheus was like, come on and hit me. And he kept being scared. And finally, Morpheus was like, don't think you are. Know you are. And then Neo just shh. So that's one way, okay, of unifying your opposites. So the unification is the part of you that knows and the part of you that doubts. The part of you that knows and the part of you that's ego and all the things. The part of you that knows and the part of you that goes to war. The part of you that knows, that's unification of opposites, so you become united. When you're divided, there's the war. Well, why should I want to? But this and this and this, and all the stories tell yourself, the conscious ones and unconscious ones, the reason you tell yourself why you stay in your reality, why you choose perpetual death. Okay, so that's the war. So when you unify them, become a striking, piercing light. As long as you're divided, that's when you can be cursed, hexed, evil eye, all that weak shit that average people talk about. When you take your knowing and you unify it with your doubtful, fearful self, you become one and you become a force. You're a dagger. You're a dagger and you become impenetrable. At the end of the Matrix, because he still was doubting, even after that, he was doubting. He kept running from the damn people. Like I said, run from their power. He was running from those, I forgot what those people was called, informants or whoever they were. He was scared. He was running. He kept questioning. He went to see the oracle, and he still got this doubtful energy about him, lurking all the time, doubtful, like you, doubting who you are, doubting, can I really do it? Because you've internalized, as I said, one of the problems here, you've internalized what they said about Black women. You've internalized what they said about power. You've internalized what they said about darkness. You've internalized what they said about this, who you are, what you look like, what you smell like, how you wear your hair. You have internalized it. So now you just got doubt. Everywhere you go, you got doubt. doubting if you could do this, doubting if you could do a video, doubting if you could be with your own power, doubting if you could be with this man, doubting if you could speak online, doubting if you could write right, doubting if you could make the money, doubting if you could put $1,200 on your sweater, doubting if you could do this, doubting, doubting, doubting. See? And he kept fucking getting fucked up in the movie because he kept walking around with doubt. Talking about resistance. When they come, the evil eye, oh, the enemy, the evil eye, see, they curse me, they hex me. See what my mama did with they see, this is that generational curse. And oh, see, oh, yeah, because you divided and you're doubtful. 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 What happened with Neo at the end? He had his teacher there the whole while. Morpheus bringing him back, bringing him back, bringing him back. High level support is what Morpheus was to Neo. High level support. You gonna stay addicted to doing it alone, sweetheart? You can do that. Leave it open, okay? Go ahead. Go ahead. Stay addicted to doing it alone. With all your reasons why. What happened with your boy at the end of the Matrix? He was getting attacked again because he was divided and doubtful. Divided and doubtful. I'm about to put that shit right there. Divided and doubtful. Divided and doubtful. Divided and doubtful. What was happening? He was getting attacked by the motherfuckers, and two of them stood at the end of that hallway and just let off on him. He had been running, trying to get resistance. You're running from your power. He had been running all over the place. He was down on the floor. Remember? That's you. All under the covers, scared. Talking about, see, because the black community, see, because I ain't had no support, because, see, people don't understand me, because, see, they attack chosen ones. See how they coming after the chosen ones? Look what the Matrix doing. Because I'm busy, because I got kids and stuff, because I come from a hard background, because I'm already running the business. I got stuff to do. But because black people don't do that, because, see, black people, because none of this shit don't mean nothing anyway. None of this shit mean nothing. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. It don't mean nothing anyway. So I'm fine with this. What I got here is cool. Because you're gonna be here as long as you're gonna. Do you plan to die soon? So you cool with that for the next 30, 40, 50 years? Finally, Neo, all his mentorship for Morpheus. All throughout the movie, all that mentorship, he stayed connected because remember, Morpheus gave him an out. Which pill you want? You pick the pill. He was arguing, no. Remember, no. He could have left. Neo could have left his mentorship with Morpheus. Remember? Why? No, I don't believe it. Just rejecting his power. Rejecting his power. See? Remember, I talked about this in one of the live streams I did a couple weeks ago when I said when you start coming into likeness and seeing yourself, you want to run. And if you don't know how to perceive negatively the right way, you will abandon ship. Because I told you your power is so big, you can literally create that literally this world has not seen. But you keep abandoning ship. You married to a person who cannot even be with you as you come into this power. They can't. They literally can't. I know you married him 20 years ago and he was good enough 20 years ago, but he ain't good enough now. And how can I say this? One, because this was me, right? He is good enough, just not for where you going. Okay? I've talked to so many other black women who have told me out of their mouth that their husband is not with this power thing, them coming into power. One woman told me her husband, I ain't gonna even say, but right, he don't have that energy. He's scared because a lot of them do have powerful husbands, but the husband ain't coming into his power, or he's not even of that frequency of that cloth to come into no power. Ooh, honey, baby, come on. Neo stayed under the mentorship of Morpheus under all of that fighting and war and doing the work. But he was doing the work. He kept going. He did the work. Like the work that you're going to be doing of what? Say it out loud. What's the work I said we're going to be doing? The dominant work. What did I say? Somebody put it in the chat. Y'all remember? Let me go over here to YouTube. I ain't even got my YouTube open. Purification of the heart, unification of opposites. Purification of the heart, unification of opposites. So that you become power. Walking, talking, breathing, being power. So what happened at the end of the movie? Do y'all remember? He on the floor. They didn't lit him up. They have lit him up with bullets. That's Satan. That's evil eye energy on you at all times. Got you anxious than the motherfucker every day. Restless, anxious, depressed, overeating, wasting your life on social media. That's you. That's that right there. You want to live like that for the rest of your life? Huh? I love you. Y'all don't even know this love. Y'all gonna have to get to know it. That's why your black ass need to go read this so you can start seeing love, being love, and receiving love. You hear me? Again, being love, seeing love, and receiving love. Okay? Girl, we about real love around this motherfucker. What happened? They lit his ass up, walked away like that nigga finished. That's what when your ass be out and you can't get up or you be overworking. How many of y'all so busy? I'm so busy. Good. Keep her ass busy. Not doing what her heart really want to do. Keep her ass busy doing all this other shit. Exactly. Good. What happened? He got up. After being laid the fuck down. And they saw him get up like, what? They was about to come back at his ass. And what'd he say? After all that mentorship, after doing all that work, he became a unified force. A unified force. He wasn't divided and doubtful. He didn't say, oh, let me run to the phone to go back to where they home. He didn't duck. He didn't run. He didn't divided and doubtful. He wasn't divided and he wasn't doubtful. He was a unified, penetrating force. Unified, penetrating force. After being mentored at a high level by Morpheus, Morpheus exposing him to knowledge, challenging him, fighting him, and him staying in the ring, losing, staying in the ring, devoted, staying in the ring, losing, staying in the ring. Morpheus challenges him again. Don't think you are, no you are. Hit me. Don't think you are, no you are. Hit me. Don't think you are, no you are. And after all of that practice and all of those tears and all of that breakdown and all that double and divided, and no, and I don't believe in it. Wait, but can I? But how do I know? How do you know? What does this mean? He said, no. Unified force. And what happened? Just like this. Walking toward the bullet. Just like this. Remember that? Remember that? It's not a movie. It's you. It's you. Don't you know that though? You already know. Bitch, we going this way or we gonna die? This the way we going or we die. Period. And I mean the most miserable slow death ever. Your power is beyond hexes, curses, evil eye, generational curses, all of that. I guarantee it. I promise you. Over here, this is beyond all of that what they talking about. If we don't do this unconscious work, we ain't going nowhere. You don't purify your heart, you ain't going nowhere. Okay, that's not entirely true. You'll go somewhere, you just ain't gonna go where the giant that you are can come alive. The giant that you are can come alive. Okay, I'm finished. Finished for now. Finish for now. Finish for now. I'm so excited for what is to come. I already see what you have yet to see. I'm held. You are held. I'm devoted. Whole new. I ain't gonna even talk about it. I'm just gonna let the results speak for themselves. That's way more cool anyway. Listen, I love you. You are powerful beyond measure. Okay? Come back here to wherever you're seeing this video by 4:30 Pacific today. The solution to these 10 problems. And to have you go from doubtful and divided to a unified, penetrating force and a sexy fine thing. Because when you unify, you are both masculine and feminine, darling. Okay, y'all want to see more? Masculine and feminine, darling. Masculine and feminine, darling. Okay? Girl, listen, we women. We got a lot of conversations to have a lot of work to do, and a lifetime of power and masterful creation. I love you, darling. You are powerful beyond measure, and I shall see you very, very, very soon. See you soon. Bye. Yeah.